welcome to today's Dynamics 365 Part Tech. My name is Ha-Shem and I'm a digital marketing associate at Ha-Shem Limited, and I am your host for today's webinar. So just before we start, I would like to intimate us with what we are going to be doing today. The purpose of this webinar is to take your business to the next level with Dynamics 365 customer engagement, which will be our focus for today. And Dynamics 365 customer engagement is a leading cloud-based customer relationship management business solution that can help you to drive sales productivity. It can help you to improve the value of your marketing effort through social insights, business intelligence, and campaign management. Now, for a quick introduction from our partner side, we have some of them on the call this morning. We have George from Olitech. He's on the call this morning. We also have Alok Dhyani, who is going to be our speaker for today's topic. He's also on the call as well. So we also have Siddharth also on the call as well. And we also have our team from Ha-Shem Limited as well. They're on the call this morning. So just before we move on, I would like to intimate us that Alok Dhyani will be speaking on the overview of Dynamics 365 customer engagement, and he is a subject matter expert on Dynamics 365 customer engagement. So just before we kickstart today's webinar, I would also like to share with us some housekeeping tools that would enable us to have a seamless learning experience today. So first, I would appreciate if everyone has their mics muted throughout the session, and if you have any questions as our speaker takes us through, kindly type it in the chat window or pen it down and hold on until the question and answer session, where we'll be addressing these questions. Now, during the question and answer session as well, you can also signify by raising your hand with the raise hand feature in your meeting window, and I'll call on you to proceed to ask your question. Kindly note that this session is being recorded as well, and the recording will be made available to all attendees after the webinar. Likewise, there will also be a feedback survey towards the end of the session for today, and we would appreciate if everyone can fill the survey so that we can know how we're doing, how we can improve on what we're doing, and what other topics are of interest to you that you would like us to cover in one of our sessions. And finally, you can also keep up with us on events like this one by following us on social media. I'm going to be sharing links to our social media channels with you in the chat window. So please feel free to follow us on all the social media platforms, and you can also join us on the preferred channel that you want. So, hello, Alok, are you on the call?
Yes. Hi.
Okay. So I'll be handing over to the speaker for today, Alok Dhyani, as will be taking us through the overview on Dynamics 365 customer engagement. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so
thanks.
Global is going to start for today.
So I will. So like yesterday, I'll do a quick intro, and then Alok will jump right into it. So once again, good morning, everyone. Really appreciate you, everyone joining this webinar. I'm sure this will be very useful for the attendees, just like it was yesterday. Let me know if you can see the screen. So what I'll do is I'll very quickly go through an introduction of who Olitech is, and then it won't take more than 2-3 minutes. But more importantly, also give an intro to what we are going to present today before Alok takes over. Can you see my screen? If somebody can confirm that they can see my screen.
Yes, you can see your screen, Bobby.
Excellent. Okay, great. Okay. So as I said, I'll just take 5 minutes. Again, thank you for your time. And I see that there are attendees from different industries that are here. And CRM is something which obviously every company in any industry requires. I also see that a lot of people are from the IT side, which is good. So we will try to contextualize it, and then you can take it back to the actual, also users, the business users, for example, whether it be the sales, whether it be the marketing folks, whether it be the customer service folks, we can have follow-up conversations also with them. So just, I think some of you are repeat attendees from yesterday, where we presented the ERP part of Dynamics Suite. So I will not go much into who we are, except to say that we are a 20 years old company, and almost since the beginning, we have been doing Microsoft related work, focusing on the Microsoft technology, especially the Dynamics. So as we speak today, we have around 220 plus Dynamics resources, and we are constantly growing. Over the period of last 20 years, we have done more than 700 engagements globally. These are from regular implementations to upgrade to customization to custom development support, Azure support, etc. So around 700 plus engagements, and we have a strong relationship with partnership. In fact, whatever award or reward you can think of, we have won all of them. Accolades, we have won all of them over the past few years, including the inner circle for Dynamics, Gold Partner, etc. So one thing is we firmly believe in Microsoft's platform-based approach for digital transformation. And so their concept is that they have these different business applications that is built as a platform, interconnected, they're open, they're scalable, they're intelligent. So we believe in that. So we are in the same bandwagon. So ERP, for example, we have Business Central for small to medium segment customers, and for the enterprise customers, we have finance and supply chain. We have, data and analytics is extremely important because data is the oxygen, and through data we have all the insights and the forecast, etc., coming out of intelligence, coming out of data. And even today, when we are talking on CRM, you will see how much of AI actually gets inbuilt in the different apps within CRM, so that we can actually make the system more intelligent. Then of course there's Power Platform, which includes Power BI, Power Apps, which is a low code app, Power Automate, etc. So we cover all of them, and obviously all of them are on Azure today because everybody wants to be on cloud so that it is scalable, it is easily accessible, the security is there. So all good things about cloud is offered in all these business apps because they can be hosted on cloud. But today's focus is CRM. And if you look at it, of course, there are various products out in the market, but Microsoft has been gaining ground tremendously over the last few years. It's become one of the bigger sellers as far as CRM is considered. It has matured a lot over the last few years, and it's all about giving the customer, engaging with the customer in the recent because of the recent changes. Now, if you look at what has pandemic induced, because of pandemic, people are working remote, customers are remote, they are trying to engage. You no longer have the face-to-face capability of trying to sell to the customer. It's more or less digital. Everything is digital. That is what this products of Microsoft Dynamics 365 offers. It offers something which is out of the box, which is totally digital. It is very intuitive, very simple to use. At the same time, it's integrated with all the other systems, and that is something which Alok will be touching as he moves along. So if you look at D365 Custom Engagement, it has 5 basic apps which covers the basic business functionalities an organization may need. For example, the salespeople, if they have to nurture a lead and an opportunity, they want to build a relationship with a customer, and if they want to take some AI or insights based on the intelligent data that we are talking about, and if they want to help you to close sales faster, the sales module is what is applicable. So I will be going through that in the next slide, a little bit more detail about what exactly is coming under sales. Next is marketing, which helps the marketing manager to create campaigns to reach out to the different target segments that you have, so that you can create campaigns and you can send out those over emails, over social media, or different channels. The marketing and it also helps you to create a playbook for your marketing pitch. So that is one important app that is over there. Now, if something goes wrong, customers reach out to organization for customer service, or it could even mean trying to engage the customer, trying to upsell, cross-sell, etc. So customer service is a very important part of a business, and the customer service that we have as part of D365 is extremely strong. It has all this case management solution, case resolution tools and tools, etc., that is provided to the customer service agent, which helps them to provide satisfactory service to a customer. So that is something, again, what Alok will touch upon. And beyond that, we have project operations, I'm sorry, the slide is kind of getting cut off, but you have project operations, which used to be called project service automation before. So this helps to manage a project. So if you're doing a project of, let's say, a construction company or even a, implementation, etc., the project module will help you in that. And finally is the field service. If you're a company like a telecom company, etc., who has to go and install, let's say, television or some other equipments in an office or a house, you can engage the field service module. It'll help you from scheduling to all this interconnected thing between devices, etc. The field service is another powerful offering from the customer engagement part. Now today, because of lack of time, and I see that the profiles that are here, we will focus on primarily on two apps. One is D365 Sales. The other one is this D365 Customer Service, because we believe the customers who are there in today's call, they primarily might be around these areas. The third one is of course marketing, and we'll be happy to get more into detail of marketing if anybody has an interest, or we can have a separate call to deep dive into marketing or project operations or field services. Sounds good? Now I will take a 2-minute intro into sales and sales insight, and after that I'll hand it over to Alok, who will take us through D365 customer service, and then immediately after that we will deep dive into the actual product demo, right? So if you look at this screen, this is talking about sales and sales. D365 Sales help the sellers to build strong relationship with their customers, which is a very critical thing today, because today you're not able to meet the customers face to face, and it's very difficult to engage with the customer. So we have something which this D365 Sales provides. Second is it helps you to take action based on the insights that come out of this D365 Sales app. And third is, with all of this, it helps you to close the sales faster. Now, if you look at the first column, the sales execution, it provides the capability for Salesforce automation, which includes the account and contact management, lead and opportunity management, product backlog, etc. All of them are inbuilt and beautifully laid out, which Alok will be showing you. Second, it brings in strong collaborative elements. For example, for external users, it has the Outlook integration, so you can actually send out mails from your CRM itself through Outlook, because it is integrated. For your internal collaboration, the Teams is tightly integrated with that, because all of them are on the same common data services, which Alok might explain. And then of course you have SharePoint for your document management and whatever you use on a day-to-day life, Excel, OneNote, your Word and PowerPoint. Everything is tightly collaborated, so it brings in a strong sense of collaboration. Third is the guided selling. It has a visual business process flow, so it helps the sellers to actually go from step to step to nurture their opportunity across the various sales stages. For example, if you're talking about opportunities, it has qualifications, it has proposal, contract, and then finally closure. So through every stage, the CRM will be able to guide you, saying that, hey, have you done this checklist? Have you found out the budget? Have you discovered who the key decision makers are? So it'll guide you in that selling process. Now, of course, you also have this playbooks and assistant cards. Assistant cards are all AI enabled. It'll actually prompt saying that, hey, it's been 45 days since you last contacted this particular customer, and that time the customer said, contact me after a month. It's time you reach out to them. So these assistant cards are extremely helpful, AI-driven apps. The next one you see, the relationship selling, is again, I am a salesperson and I'm using this very, very effectively. So it has the integration with things like LinkedIn and Sales Navigator within the CRM. So I'm able to see the people I am tracking. Have they changed jobs? Are they posting some articles? Are they attending some events? All of this information gets bubbled to me in my CRM, because of which I'm able to immediately reach out to them. Hey, I read the article that you posted, and that's how I'm able to nurture and build a relationship with a person who might be sitting 1,500 kilometers away. I don't want to go through each of those elements, but you will see that when we actually do the demo. The other part, maybe a couple of them is the sales performance. It has obviously the forecast dashboard, etc., which is over there, and you have Power BI integration. with which the managers or the organization can actually track how the team is doing. It can have the forecast of what is going to be the closures in the next coming quarter, what is the likelihood of we meeting the target numbers, etc. So the sales performance can be tracked using all these dashboard, etc. that are there. And finally, once again, I'm repeating myself, but it's all AI driven, which actually helps a lot of these capabilities like lead scoring, opportunity scoring, which actually helps me prioritize which opportunity should I focus on so that I can get the biggest bang out of my buck. So all this, opportunity scoring, etc., helps me to prioritize my attention. Activities get prioritized. There's a way when the most important activities get bubbled up so that I don't lose track of what is important to help me be a successful salesperson. With that, I would like to hand it over to the mic to Alok, who will take us through customer service and marketing at a high level.
Thank you, Globy. Thanks a lot. Hello, everyone. I'm Alok Dhyani. I'm in the D365 customer engagement SME in Oli Technologies. Well, Globy has shared a very, in just, I believe, few minutes only, he has shared a big chunk of information in terms of the overall D365 products, D365 sales, customer service, and marketing. And while touching upon the main sales part, when we jump down to the customer service, well, the few things that have come up which are the main things as a main part of the D365 customer service picture are something that are written on the right side. That's the omni-channel experience that we get. Dynamics 365 comes up with something called UCI, that is a unified client interface, which gives a kind of a similar, the same experience that you get in a laptop or on a mobile or in a tablet device. Similarly, agent enablement, knowledge, the KB articles, the entire thing that I'll be showcasing out there in the product. The service intelligence is actually present out of box in the product itself. Now, there are a lot of features which are available with customer service insights, which is again a separate product, which actually enables you to give provide a detailed level information, pulling up data from multiple sources, provide a kind of a dashboard view, which earlier you would have actually built up the same thing on Power BI based kind of reports. Now here you get the same thing outside, completely available in the product itself. Can we move to the next slide, Globy? Yeah, so D365 for marketing again, earlier when Microsoft started with marketing part, there were only few things. There was something called campaign and there was something called marketing list. You create a campaign, you associate a marketing list, you add people, contacts out there in the marketing list, and then you send the campaign. That was a simple story at that time. Now with D365 marketing, the entire picture has changed completely. And Dynamics 365 is actually challenging some big marketing product out there in the market currently, like I would call about Adobe, which has got a very good campaign engine available out there. Now Microsoft with D365 marketing is providing something called custom journeys, where you can actually define how I would like to send an email to a customer. Then when the customer responds, how can actually I can basis the kind of response, I can actually create a new workflow, or I can actually trigger other workflows. From that, in case, how many people have shown the interest, how many people have, opened the emails, how many people have responded to the emails, all those detailed information are available with D365 marketing. Apart from it, you can actually post a lot of information out directly to your social media handles of your organization directly from D365 marketing. Again, just not this, the event management can also be directly handled. For example, if your organization is being conducting events, then you can actually have them, managed out there completely inside the D365 marketing platform. Again, they are also marketing. There's something called Market Insights, which is AI-driven feature out there available, and it gives a very detailed view on, kind of giving us the next best action. Like, if somebody has responded to some kind of a campaign, then what is the next thing that I'm going to offer to this particular customer? I'll showcase this more in detail when we have it in the product demo.
Yeah, now, you want to take over now?
Yeah, definitely.
From this. While Alok is sharing, if any questions so far, you're free to ask.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, Alok, I think you can go ahead.
Okay, so this is the Sales Hub app that I'm showcasing. It's a trial environment that I've set up for this demo, and basically this comes up with some data. And what I'll be doing is that I'll be going through the different features which are available in the product. But before I start, basically, when we initiated, when Globy was mentioning about the people who are the audience in this call, some of them are from I believe insurance, and some of them are from manufacturing, right? That's what was mentioned. Now, I will be also taking you kind of a use case how basically people in insurance have been using Dynamics 365 across maybe different geographies in India and in outside India, basically, where I have experienced how these customers have been using D365 sales and customer service, and similarly for the manufacturing industries also. Now, this I will try to put in inside when I'll be showcasing you the features. So how does a lead starts basically? Well, I mean, how does a sales cycle start in an organization? A sales cycle always starts with something called lead, and then it graduates to something called opportunity. A lead qualifies to opportunity, and when an opportunity is confirmed, we convert that customer. We make it a customer to our organization. That means that prospect has been converted into a customer. He has purchased a product, the product that we were selling to that particular lead. This is a typical cycle, and just not this one. I mean, just apart from this, there's a bit of noise. Can anybody please? Yeah, thank you very much. So that's how the lead graduates and gets converted into an opportunity, and then finally an account is created. But in this whole cycle, there are a lot of things that are involved. For example, the products that I'm selling, maybe the price list associated with those products, the price list which is tagged to the region where we are selling. Maybe for different geography, that will be a different price list. Similarly, the quotes that I send to the customer, the multiple products that will be associated with the opportunity. Maybe I'm buying multiple products and maybe different quantities of the same. All of it can be, who's my customer? Is it a B2B? Or is it a B2C? All these, define the entire cycle. Microsoft Dynamics CRM comes up with a process basically where they have actually defined a few group of entities like lead, opportunities, quote, and order, and the invoice part of it. Now, this has been enabled out of box in the system. What happens is that your organization can have your own system, your own processes basically. They start with the opportunity. They don't even count anything as a lead. They just create the customer first of all at the opportunity level itself. Now this can be completely different at different organization. I mean, again, now the system is qualified enough to have it customized so that we can actually avoid some part of it. For example, if I don't need an opportunity from a lead, I'm just directly converting that lead into a customer basically and converting it into an account. I can do it myself only, and that will be something called a very small level of configuration. I'll go through these individual items one by one. Let me just show you something called what we call as a dashboard. Now, what you are looking at right now is a completely out-of-box dashboard.
Yeah. Your voice seems to be breaking once in a while. And it's also what's happening is because I think the bandwidth thing, suddenly your voice seems to be coming, I mean, it's going very fast. I mean, I think the buffering is happening. So maybe you should speak a bit slower and see if you can do something. I mean, the first time facing from you, a voice breaking like this, but yeah, once in a while your voice is breaking. Okay. Yeah. And a bit slower because suddenly, there's a extremely fast conversation happening, because I think the buffering is happening. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So I hope that this will be fine. I'm actually now change my place from here.
Yeah, this is better. Okay. Yes.
Yeah. So I was talking about this dashboard basically. Now, what this dashboard, and this is a completely configurable dashboard. Nothing has been, I mean, there's no customization that has been done. It comes out of box with the product itself. You can create more of your dashboard by yourself. Any individual can create his or her own dashboard depending upon what they want to see. For example, in this particular dashboard, you see all the opportunities by different statuses, the open opportunities by different sales stages which are there: close, develop, propose, and qualify. And it's showing us the total which is coming at each stages basically. Again, the open leads which are showing on the right side, I can actually click on one record and open it also. You can clearly see and do a drill down also against each of these graphs which are created. Similarly, the sales leader dashboard, they can see what the numbers are against each of the users. Basically, how many for all my sales team members, I can see what is the business that they are doing, what are the actuals actually, and the open opportunities on the right side. On the end, I see all my activities. This is a simple example of a dashboard, basically, which has been created out of box in the system. I can have more dashboards, for example, the sales activity dashboard, or maybe the sales dashboard. I'm sorry. Yeah. And here I see all the activities, the open opportunities, and the open leads. Now, this dashboard, for example, for every user who's there, he can configure these ones. The single one can be shared across different team members, and this completely comes as a part of the system itself, the product itself. When we go to something called activities, this is my daily work. My every day, if I start my day, I'll be able to see the activities which are assigned to me. What are activities? My appointments, my phone calls, the letters, the emails which have come, for example, to the system. Dynamics sales or service can be integrated with Outlook or any SMTP or POP3 based email engine. It can be integrated very easily, and it is just a configuration based integration that will be done. There is no customization part of it. And once done, you will be able to send emails, you'll be able to create emails, you'll be able to view all the emails that your prospects or customers are sending directly inside CRM. You don't need to go to your mailbox to see that thing. You can, these mail, when they synced into the system, they'll directly get attached to the account itself, to the person, to the prospect itself. And this happened by itself only. There is no, you just need to write, you can trigger your own workflows also as a part of it. Similarly, when I want to see all the activities, the closed activities that I've been working on, the open activities which are there, the activities which I have to work upon, all my tasks, anything that's kind of a reminder that I want to set, my phone calls which are to make. Similarly, the emails. It generally happens when you're interacting with a particular prospect. The prospect says that call me after X number of days. You can actually create a task or maybe a phone call activity, for that particular date. And when you on that particular day, when you open up your My Activity view, when you open your dashboard, you'll be able to see that person's phone call activity appearing out there. Now, this is the best part of it. You open it, and while you're interacting on the phone with that customer, you can note down the details of the conversation that has happened.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I think you need to raise your voice a bit. Some people can't hear you. They can't hear you.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Yeah. So what I was saying is that, like, for example, this phone call activity example, if I'm having an interaction with my prospect or my customer, I can actually note down the details out here. I can set up who's the customer, the duration of the phone call, all these details, and then can mark it as complete. This will not be visible to me later, but also to my manager, who will be able to see the interaction that I'm making daily. It gives a clear visibility to your manager also, and at the senior level also, that who all salespeople are interacting with which all customers, and what is the status currently, where are we on that particular item. Now let me just come down to something called leads before I go down to account and contacts. Now, when you start working on a lead, for example, if I open a lead, the lead can come up with different sources. Basically, a lead can come up from a website. It can be uploaded through Excel sheet. And by the way, Dynamics CRM provides you a functionality where you can actually upload data directly from the Excel. So if you have loads of data which is coming through Excel from different system, or somebody's manually capturing it, you can actually upload the same thing in one go through Excel-based templates which are available for each individual entity, leads, opportunity, or maybe accounts and contacts. Now here we see a typical lead record, basically, which gives me a summary on the left side, the basic details of the contact, the job type. Hello.
I'm sorry for cutting you. Some people can't hear you. So I don't know if it's from their hand.
Yeah. Is it cannot hear at all, or is it a bit fast?
Yes, Joseph said he can't hear at all.
Joseph, can you hear my voice? Okay.
Yes, it's better now. I can hear your voice.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, maybe I think Alok, some disruption in the bandwidth today. So maybe you have to be speaking slower,
Okay.
if you don't mind. Yeah.
Sure.
Thanks.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. Yeah. So I was talking about the lead basically. Now what on the left hand side we can capture the details of this particular lead. This can be anything from the demographic detail or maybe the basic details of the customer. And similarly, the timeline. Now this is a timeline window as we call it. In this, what we do is that we capture the detail. For example, if I'm having conversation with this particular lead, I can actually, or maybe the lead has confirmed that, call me after this mean is call to be made after 5 days. Then in that case, I can actually just capture this as a particular note out here in the lead itself. And the best part is that when I qualify this particular lead and it gets converted into an opportunity, which is again a one click button, basically one click functionality out there in CRM, this particular information will flow to the opportunity also. So all my conversation that I'm doing, the kind of a footprint of all my communication that I'm doing with this particular lead is getting captured in the timeline window, and then it's traveling across, till the time it converts into an account. So in the account at the end, you'll be able to see all the details out here. I can add my stakeholders, my competitors out here. Again, the rating of the lead, whether it's a hot lead or a warm lead. Again, the status of it, all of it is available out of box itself. Now, once we convert a lead into an opportunity, if I go to an opportunity out here, I'll be able to see the list of all the opportunities which are available. This is what we call a view in CRM, where I see the topic, the potential customer, the status, the actual closure date, and the revenue that I'm expecting, the close date which is there. Again, the estimated revenue, rating, and probability. You can add or remove or move these fields around also. That is also available. It's completely out of box. Similarly, as I was showcasing in case of activities, we have opportunities, we have lost opportunities. All these views are directly available out of box. You can have these configured in the system. You can add more, remove few of them. It's completely up to us, up to the user. And these features are available just out of box in the system. If I click on show chart, you'll be able to see, like for example, the top customers that I'm having against each and every estimated revenue. You can have multiple different kind of charts out here available. Look at these, the one that they show in the system. This functionality again is a part of the out of box product itself. Once a lead has been once I've created an opportunity, what I'll typically do is that I will add products into it. Now, what is a product basically? So products are those, like, obviously the products that you're selling in your organization, and these products can be multiple line item. For example, for this particular opportunity, we are selling these two different products. The quantity of it, the price per unit, these all will get auto calculated when we add the particular product. Once you have converted this opportunity, you can actually send multiple quotes against a particular opportunity. You directly create one quote and you can send it across to customer. If that same quote has not been accepted, you can actually revise the quote also. This functionality again is again showcase the typical features which are available. This at the top, I'm sorry, this at the top, the qualified, development, propose are different stages. What we call as a business process flow and opportunity. These are again, again a customizable feature where you can add your own processes out there in the system. In the top, we show the close date, the estimated revenue, and all. On one click, you can actually recalculate the opportunity. If you've added more products into it, that will recalculate the total revenue that I'm expecting out of it. Again, the stakeholder information is directly available on the right side. Similarly, as I was talking about the timeline window, the timeline window gives me a detail on all the conversation that I'm doing with this opportunity. So this converts this closes the lead to opportunity part with quotes that I'm sending, and finally which is getting converted into an order. Now, yesterday in the business in the BC workshop that was done, the demo that was shown by my colleague Gaurav, he was also showcasing something called order out there. And since Business Central and Dynamics 365, they're part of the D365 stack, there is a out-of-box connector which comes from Business Central side, which is a CDS-based connector, and whatever data that is getting created in Dynamics CRM can auto-sync to Business Central also. So all my orders that I'm creating here will get synced to Business Central directly, and similarly the account information or the contact information which are getting created here will also get directly synced to Business Central. Any any updates that I'm making to Business Central will also get synced back to Dynamics CRM. This is a configuration-based integration that is available today out of box. It was earlier also available with Nav. Now it's been upgraded with Business Central, and it's called as a CDS-based integration. Let me showcase you the one of the active accounts. Okay, so this is an account. For example, this is the account which is done all which has been doing which we are doing business with, and all my conversation, look at this, are available out here. The details of the account are available in this tag. Again, the assets and location feature is available here. Similarly, if I want to open the org chart, if I want to see the people who are a part of this organization, AdventureWorks, I can actually see it directly here by clicking on the open org chart. Here, what it will do is that it will showcase all the people who are associated with the accounts and are a part of my Dynamics CRM. I mean, my contact list also. So here, like for example, Adrian and Ryan, they are a part of the of my application of my system. They are contacts in my system, and they are a part of this AdventureWorks account. So if I go back to the main screen, so account is something, again, as I said, the customer, a company will be an account, and all the people who are associated with the company, they will become a contact in my system. So AdventureWorks is the account with which I'm doing business, and at the end, if I go to the contacts, all the list of contacts I'll be able to see. These lists are these are those people basically who are a part of any of one of the other companies, one of the other which I'm doing business. Again, okay. So any questions till now here? Any from anyone?
Yeah, look, you can keep going.
Okay. Okay. So this was the typical sales cycle, and there's something called sales literature also. Now, for example, all my I can add all my information, for example, related to my products, the different products that we are selling out here. I can capture it directly out there in the sales literature, and these are easily available feature. Any attachment that I want to send directly to the customer, all of them will be available here. I can just, with one click functionality, I can send it out to the customer. Similarly, the products which I was talking about. Now let's take a look on the product, for example. Product is a very extensively been built. No, not as extensive as Business Central, but yeah, definitely quite extensive in terms of the function, the features which are there. And you can actually develop hierarchy out here in Dynamics CRM for different products. You can manage all the products. Their price list also can be managed directly here. All the details of the product, the product properties which are associated with this product, all of them can be created directly here. Typically in an organization, for example, in manufacturing, you don't create your product here. And here comes the integration part, that you will have to do an integration with an external application here directly with CRM to manage your products. Now, Dynamics CRM comes up with out-of-box API, which are JSON-based and web service-based web service-based APIs, which are available, and you can actually expose the same to the external party. The same application will be able to push data or pull data from Dynamics CRM directly, and it is available out of box. Again, again, so for example, in manufacture, I just mentioned one example of manufacturing. You can have multiple other examples also. For any small level company, you can actually have the products managed directly here, and then can enable, can manage the entire product hierarchy directly from CRM. But for example of a manufacturing or even for insurance, products are generally are not managed out here. A typical example of an insurance using a sales, or maybe a manufacturing using a sales scenario would be, for example, the leads which come in insurance. Now, the number of leads which come in insurance is a huge number. Basically, in general, it is seen as a huge number basically. And what we can do easily is that we can have those leads directly in the system out here, directly in CRM. And once you upload it, you can actually put up the duplicate detection rules, which will clear out those leads which are duplicates, and which will be marked as duplicate and remove, segregated in the system, and only the fresh leads would be created. You can create workflows in the system through customization, or maybe plugins you can develop directly in .NET, which can actually ensure that the leads which are getting created are assigned to the proper team members. Okay, this is the I'll move to the service part because we have less time remaining. So I'll move to the service part. If anybody has any question regarding the sales part, you can ask right now.
Yeah, just a comment that again, a lot of you said that you're not using a CRM right now, but then coming from a IT background, integration, for example, is a very important thing. And you saw how easy CRM makes it easy to integrate with other systems because it is built on that platform-based approach, that common data services. So a lot of these products that are out there, it has integrations available. So it doesn't have to be a big project trying to integrate. The other thing is intentionally, they have made this very user-friendly to use and very simple to use. In fact, their key tenets when they were creating this was that it should be very simple to use. It should increase the productivity. It should be able to transform the whole forecasting thing. And you can see that. Right now, Alok's team is actually migrating a customer from Salesforce to Microsoft Dynamics Sales. And they were like, the feedback was, oh, it's so simpler to use. It's so much more intuitive, and pricing wise is so much more lesser than Salesforce. So definitely, I think, that's what, you can carry a takeaway from there. That it's very simple to use, very user friendly. If you are able to use the Word documents and Excel sheets, you're very likely, the sales people or the marketing people, they can very well use this, in a very simple fashion. Thanks, Alok.
Yeah.
Okay, Alok, okay. I think we have some questions in the chat.
Okay. Okay. Can you paint a scenario for a healthcare facility, how they will need to use a CRM solution? Okay, typical healthcare scenario would be like, for example, in terms of D365 sales, if I talk about, it will be a typical B2B scenario, basically, where the leads would be, for example, will be the customer, the customers who are availing facility, the services that are provided by the healthcare company. And what you can do is that what can be done basically is that the products can be can be the different services that can be configured out there in the system. The leads which will come up, or maybe via directly calling, or maybe through links, the leads that will come up again can be created out there in the system, as I was showcasing. And again, it completely depends upon the process that is followed in the organization. A typical healthcare scenario, a lead to opportunity cycle is not followed the way it has been defined here. What they do is that, a typical lead would be working, and directly after that, maybe after a few negotiation itself, that will get converted into a customer. Now, this once converted into a customer, then the customer entire detail of the customer can be managed out there in CRM itself. Any communication that you are doing, that the salespeople are doing with the end company, they can actually capture all the details out there directly in CRM. And again, the reporting part of it, the forecasting part of it, the targets can be set directly in the system. I didn't touch upon there's something called forecasting or forecast in the system and goal management, which are part of the out-of-box feature. For example, I can set up my goals for my sales team that I'm supposed to send. All these can be directly, somewhere you can, with some level of customization and configuration, you can actually fit in the scenario out there in your organization. Does that answer the question? Okay, so yeah, okay, so can you integrate to 3CX? Okay, so any application, I'll tell you, so should be able to expose data through APIs, and once it has the API, the integration is very much possible. Point number one. This is the simple thumb rule that is called. There can be plugins in the app source which are available to integrate directly with 3CX. That is another scenario, that if I want to integrate directly with the plugins. But again, that depends upon what that plugin would be catering to, whether they may not cater to the entities that I want to integrate, the tables that I want to integrate. That is very much possible. Therefore, we have two approaches out there. That is, one is the CDS based approach, that is directly through the wrapper that I'll write, and I'll call the API for 3CX. And similarly, 3CX can actually call an API, can call my wrapper APIs also. That this level of integration. And the second is to the plugin, as I was talking about. There are different level of multiple plugins available. I mean, just not with ERPs. I mean, different ERPs which are there in the market, but with front-ending faces application or websites like WooCommerce and all. There are plugins which are available, and it's just a plug and play show that is done okay there. For integration, I mean, so does it answer the question? The 3CX one that I was on. Can we use CRM to send SMS message when a complaint is lodged? You can create an SMS activity in CRM. When a complaint is lodged, you can create an SMS activity. CRM by itself does not have an SMS gateway inside it to send an SMS. You need to have one SMS gateway. I mean, the one your organization is using, and there will be a custom integration that will be required with that SMS gateway that we'll be making. You can also do this integration. It can be, I mean, it's a two-way. It can be a two-way integration. For example, if some customer is responding to your email, to your SMS, or maybe and replying with 1, 2, or 3, the way they do it, basically a response or something for a feedback, maybe you can actually capture that response, and you can create an SMS activity and tag that activity to the customer, to that end customers. Okay, for integration, is it both push and pull API capabilities? Absolutely. For integration, both push and pull API capabilities are available. It's a pure JSON-based services, and you can actually find the entire download available out there in MSDN, where you can use the same thing directly calling the API. One thing is required, that if you want to integrate it directly, you can call the API directly out there from the through the these can be, again, these can be XML based API or maybe JSON based API. Both the level of integration are available. So does this answer the question? Do you know an environment where this 3CX integration is presently running? Okay, I have not done any first-hand integration myself with 3CX system, but definitely we can, me and Globy, we can touch base upon, I mean, people in our organization or maybe other customers where we may have done this thing.
Interestingly, when this question came up, I just Googled on 3CX integration with Dynamics, and in 3CX website itself, there's an article 2 years back where the CTO has said that we have come up with this integration between Dynamics, CRM, and 3CX because of the huge demand from the customers. So it looks like there are many asking for that integration.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a plugin, as I was talking about, right? Absolutely.
So yeah, so it is, so I was talking, maybe you and I may not have come across it, but we can check, as you said. But looks like there's been a demand from the 3CX users. So
absolutely. So, as I said, a lot of.
I see 3CX is a phone system, right?
Correct.
I thought it's some kind of an application or some other app, but this is actually about a phone system. So I think the question
Absolutely.
is, will the
Absolutely. So, yeah.
3CX phone system be integrated with CRM, basically CTI integration, right?
Exactly. I will touch upon the CTA part of it, just not 3CX. There are other CTA applications like Avaya and Cisco also, which have connectors basically that we call it.
Right.
We can directly connect with Dynamics CRM. And what it does is that if you see the CRM screen on the right side, they will have a kind of a window which will come up for the application. And once you do, you can do one-click calling directly to that window, and that details will get synced up in your CRM directly in the activities. So it's a two-way integration that is available through those plugins which are there. Just not with Cisco. I mean, as I said, Cisco, Avaya, and maybe 3CX that we're talking about.
I think that's a good segue, Alok, to get into customer service, looking at the time that we have, because not only salespeople use phones and the CTI integration, etc. Even the customer service people extensively use phones. So I think that's a good segue into customer service.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. So what we see here in customer service right now is again a dashboard. Earlier, I showcased you a simple dashboard. The one that we are showcasing here is an interactive dashboard, as we call it. It actually gives you a high level of detail, more detailed than the one that we were seeing. It has got more different other features which are available out here. Now you can actually directly see all the bar chart and the pie chart that were available earlier. The stream view, which is the new view which has come up, you can add up filters out here, and again, the number of records out there in each view that is available out here. Now how does customer service happen? I'll just take few minutes, 1 minute into that part also. Now, a typical scenario of a customer service would be through a phone call. That means you're having your call center team sitting. This call center team takes inbound calls basically, and this has been divided into multiple products. You have few people who are sitting catering to one product and few people who are catering to other products basically. Now what the call center team would be doing is that the incoming call that will come up will be coming to the mobility application. Now to their phone application basically. That can be Cisco 3CX as we were talking about, or maybe other application basically, any other system basically, telephony system. Now when the call comes down to the telephony system, it gets diverted to the available agent. All this detail is available at the application level itself for the telephony, that CTI telephony application. And what happens is that from there it gets diverted to the CRM. Here is the integration required basically, and that's what we do is that this is a part of a customization basically that we call the CTI integration with Dynamics CRM. That whenever an incoming call is coming, the call will be diverted and to that particular agent, and on the agent screen the customer 360 record, or what we call as the customer record basically, will get popped up directly. And in that pop-up basically, if you see the contact record, for example, if I open a particular contact, like this particular contact detail will be appearing, and on the right side you will be able to see the CTI application pop-up also appearing. So now the agent is now talking to the customer, and as well as looking at the details of the customer, the products that customer has purchased, the demographic detail of the customer, the last conversation that have taken place with the customer. Now this is a seamless experience which is brought upon, which is showcased out there, that you are able to see all the details in CRM and way converse with the customer, and you are able to put your details out there in then the CTI application window also. And once you save it, those will get directly integrated with CRM through the integration and will get synced to the contact record. This is the typical customer service scenario. Now, once a call comes, it can be of multiple types. It can be a complaint, it can be a feedback, or it can be just an inquiry, a query simple that a customer wants to make. Once the call has come, in case it's a complaint, what we do is that directly from the customer record, you can go and you can create a new case record out here. You can configure it directly here, or maybe through the activities also. If I show you the case window, I'll quickly run through it. CRM, this is a typical case record of Dynamics CRM, where you are seeing the account to which the case is associated, the details of the case, basically, that the one that I'm capturing, and a sales ID. This is a configurable number, which is the case number as we call it, available. The SLAs which are associated with this particular case. All the details are available. Recent cases that were open for this particular customer. Again, the timeline window where I see all my communication. On one click, I can actually mark the case as resolved, or I can assign this particular case to another person if I'm not available, or someone else needs an intervention. I can set up SLAs. I can set up escalations out there in the system, and these are workflows which can be configured directly. Won't require much of customization at all. Again, once I'm having my interaction with the customer, maybe there is something that I want to search out there. So there's something called KB articles, the knowledge base articles, which are available in the system. And if we see all the knowledge base articles, these are something that are the articles that I need in my day-to-day interaction with the customers, which can help me in answering the queries. I can actually do a knowledge search also directly. I'll go to the knowledge search and I'm sorry. For example, if I click on booking, maybe I'll be with just one click, I'll be able to see all the detail, how it has to be done basically, or how can actually I'll be able to reply to my customer in case he's asking for a query. All that is available out here. I can manage the time. I mean, the time that I'm taking to close a particular case. I can capture out there in my case record. I can also ensure that my team, maybe multiple teams are working on a particular case on a serial fashion. One team works and the other team works. In that case, I can capture each and every team's time that it takes in resolving the case. And then it can be summed up and can be showed in the dashboard as a part of the reporting. So all this is available completely out of box in the system. Before I go ahead, anybody is having any questions for customer
Yes.
service?
Hello. We have one question in the chat window now.
Does it have a programmable interface? I'm sorry, I didn't get this point. Programmable interface means, can you please elaborate on this part, please?
Okay.
If you're talking, please.
Yeah, please. Like how many minutes do we have to summarize the rest of the session?
I think I won't take more than 5 minutes now. That will be enough for.
Okay, thank you.
If you're talking about programmable interface means, can I change the UI of it, part of it? I mean, changing the fields and everything doesn't take any efforts as such. It's a configuration part. It doesn't require any developer to do that part. You can do it yourself, to be very honest. And the global admin can do it himself. You want to put some validations, that can also be put. Some level of it can be put with just configuration. Some of the typical configuration may require JavaScript, so we'll have to put a JavaScript in the background, and that is a customization will be done by the IT team only. Maybe if a major level customization is required, and that would be a plugin call that will be done. I hope I'm able to answer your question. Anyways, I'll just move to the marketing part of it, and I'll just give you a glimpse of how it basically is. So, I'm sorry. I was talking about something called customer journeys in marketing, basically. In Dynamics CRM has come up with this marketing platform, and what it does is that you can actually define the entire journey. I can pull up a segment of people who will be working, a segment of customers who will be a part of this journey. And when I send, I can define, if I send an email, if somebody opens it, then send another email, or maybe make an activity, phone call back the customer. All that can be defined in a customer journey. You can create it as much complicated as you want. What it does is that at the end, once the journey has been fired, the system will give you an insights of who all are the people who responded to this particular customer journey. Who are the people? There may be people who shared their kind of a whether they visited the page or they did some interaction. All that detail are captured directly out here. Similarly, social insights related to this one, they can be captured directly here. Now, this is a part of the customer journey, the campaigns as we call it. You can run a campaign and you can see how basically I can run multiple campaigns. I can see where they're clashing basically. Similarly, just not customer, you can actually create, you can have your event management completely managed here itself. For example, the different workshops that I'm supposed to do, who's be the part of the workshop, what all resources are going to be put out here, that will be available directly. There was something called leads and lead scoring that Globy was mentioning there. You can actually create scoring models out there. For example, my different scoring model which I want to fetch up. If somebody has actually opened an email, I will give this much points. If somebody has responded to an email, I'll give this much points. That's how you can actually create your scoring model and then actually see who all are scoring high, and then you can actually pull up those customers and create separate campaigns, or you can interact with them later, maybe at different level. Similarly, you can set up your marketing pages out here. You can post whatever you want to you publish into your marketing site directly from Dynamics CRM. In social media posting, for example, which I was talking about, whatever conversation, whatever content I want to post to my social media handles, they will be available out of box. I can actually set up a template. I can actually publish those. That's it. I think that's it. I won't take much more time, though there's a lot of detail to cover here. But still, any questions from anyone?
Okay, thank you, Alok. I think I don't think we have any more questions from the audience. Please, if you have questions, you can drop them in the chat window, or you can make use of the raise hand feature so that I can call you to tell us your question. Okay, so I think we don't have any question. Alok?
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Thank you all, guys. Thanks for the time.
All right. Thank you. Anything from you, Globy?
Thank you. Really appreciate that. And again, appreciate the time. And if I know there were a lot of you were from the IT side who runs these things, so really appreciate your guidance, your questions. And if you obviously you are the ones who understand the systems. If you go back and if your team members and sales group, the marketing group, customer service, if they have any questions, if they want to have a deeper dive demos, you can let Ha-Shem know, and we can work together for that. But as you can see, it makes even the IT people's lives easier because of all the systems that is so mature and it is already there. So hopefully, we'll have further interaction on this. Thanks. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Globy. Thank you, Alok. Thank you, everyone, for joining today's session, and I hope that you found it very beneficial and insightful. So please check through the chat window. We have a link there where you can get to fill the survey for today's webinar. So please try and give us feedback through the survey form so that we can know how we are doing, and also you'll be able to tell us what the kind of sessions that you might want us to organize for you as well. Once again, thank you to everyone, and thank you for joining today's webinar, and I hope that you really enjoyed it. So please, if you have any question, you can send them to us via email so that we'll be able to get back to you with the answers to your questions. Once again, thank you for joining. Thank you to our partner, Olitech, and thank you to the Ha-Shem team as well. And thank you to our customers for joining today's call. Thank you so much. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Okay, bye. Thank you.
Bye, Globy. Bye, Alok.
Thank you, guys.